Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut through all that information noise, getting you straight to the insights that matter. If you want to be well informed, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something that could really open doors for many of you, securing scholarships to study in France. We've gone through a stack of sources, things like the French Scholarship Handbook, a complete guide for 2025, all sorts. And our mission today, it's simple. Pull out the absolute key bits of knowledge to make this dream, studying in France, actually accessible and, importantly, affordable for you.
That's exactly right. And by the end of this, you won't just know about French scholarships. You'll actually have a clearer picture, a sort of roadmap for how to navigate it all, how to stand out and really make it happen. We'll look at why France is, well, more than just a pretty backdrop. It's a strategic academic move. We'll unpack the different kinds of scholarships out there, give you the essential tips on eligibility, applications, and crucially, share some real strategies for success, including, how to avoid those common slip-ups that catch people out.
Okay, brilliant. Let's get into it then. Starting with, well, moving beyond the cliches. When you think France, sure, Paris, croissants, the Eiffel Tower might pop into your head.
Mm-hmm.
But for international students, the reasons to go run much deeper, don't they? What are those big academic and practical draws?
Absolutely. The cultural side is great, no doubt. But the sources really hammer home these key advantages. First off, you're looking at world-class universities. France is a major global player in higher education, seriously high-ranking places, and then a huge one for many. The tuition fees are significantly lower than, say, the US or the UK. That's a massive difference, even before we talk scholarships.
That's a game changer, making top-tier education feel more achievable. But does lower tuition mean it's all covered, or are there still significant costs to think about?
That's a really important point. Lower tuition, yes, but not zero cost, usually. However, the French government puts serious money behind this, over 12 billion euros a year into higher education. And they actively support international students, often directly through these scholarships we're discussing. It creates this supportive environment. Plus, you've got work-study options. So students can often earn some money while they're studying, helping with those living costs.
Right, helps balance the books a bit.
Exactly. And if you look at the bigger picture, choosing France with a scholarship isn't just about saving money now. It's a strategic move. It boosts your CV, connects you to international networks. The career benefits down the line are huge. It's an investment, really.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting, but maybe a bit daunting, too. You said a rich tapestry of aid. Sounds amazing, but is it easy to get lost in all that? How do you even start sorting through it all?
Yeah, it can seem like a maze at first glance, definitely. But you can break it down. Think main categories: government-funded, university-specific, and then scholarships based on merit or need. France really does invest in attracting talent globally, and you see that in the sheer number and type of scholarships available. So, starting with the government ones, the big one many know is the Eiffel Excellence Scholarship. It's highly prestigious, mainly for top master's and PhD students. The benefits are great tuition, a decent monthly stipend play. I think it was EUR 1,181 cited travel, health insurance. But the key thing with Eiffel, what the sources suggest, is they're looking for future leaders, people with a clear research vision that fits France's goals. It's not just about grades, it's about your potential contribution, And beyond Eiffel, there are literally hundreds of other French government scholarships via Campus France, funded by the Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs. Loads of options there.
Okay, so the national government is a major player. But what about the universities themselves? Do they offer their own funding, maybe for more specific programs?
Oh, absolutely. And that's where you find some really tailored opportunities. Many universities have their own scholarship funds. Take the École Normale Supérieure, ENS, International Selection. That's for top students in humanities and sciences. But ENS, it's looking for real intellectual trailblazers. It's not just good grades. It's deep passion for original research, wanting to push boundaries.
Right, a specific kind of profile.
Exactly. Or look at Université Paris-Saclay's International Master Scholarships. They offer EUR 10,000 a year, plus help with visa and travel. That's serious money that makes a huge difference.
And are there scholarships for specific nationalities or maybe based on financial situation?
Definitely. That's where the merit and need-based category comes in, often more targeted. A great example mentioned is the Sharpak Scholarship. It's specifically for Indian students, run by the French Embassy in India. Covers tuition, living costs, visa. It's a really comprehensive, targeted program. Shows how France builds these bilateral links. And then, of course, there's Erasmus plus L. Lots of people know that one. the EU program for mobility study, internships across Europe, including France.
Wow.
Yeah, the takeaway really is, whether you're into deep research, an undergrad degree, or a specific exchange, there's probably something for you. Our sources mention 500 types of scholarships available globally. 500.
Incredible.
So the real trick is matching your profile, your goals, to the right program. It's about finding that fit.
Okay, that's a lot of options. So let's talk basics. What do you actually need to have on paper or in terms of skills to even get your foot in the door for these?
Right, the essentials. Well, specific roles vary, but some things are pretty much universal. A strong academic record, that's your foundation. You need good grades, basically. Then, language skills. And this is key. It could be French or English. Lots of programs are taught in English now, so check the specific requirements.
Ah, good point. Not necessarily fluent French needed for everything.
Not always, no. You'll also need a very clear statement of purpose, your SOP or motivation letter. This is crucial. It's where you tell your story. Letters of recommendation, LORs, from professors are vital too. They back up your claims. And sometimes, particularly for need-based aid, you'll need proof of your financial situation.
So academics, language, your personal story, and backup from professors. What about the actual documents you need to pull together?
Yeah, the paperwork. You'll generally need your official academic transcripts, definitely. Your language certificates like IELTS for English or DELF for French. A solid CV or resume, and that SOP or motivation letter we just talked about. And, it's worth saying again, these aren't just forms to fill. They're your chance to build a case. Why should they pick you? Every piece should support that narrative.
Right. Each document tells part of your story.
Okay.
So knowing what's needed is step one, but actually doing it, navigating the application process itself. How does that work? It sounds complex.
It can feel that way, but the sources bring it down into roughly 4 key steps. And the absolute #1 rule, timing. Step 1, research early. Seriously early. Like start looking at least a year before you want to start studying. Some guides for 2025 even say 12 to 18 months ahead for the really competitive ones.
Wow, 18 months? Okay.
Yeah. Check university websites, obviously, but also Campus France. This is the official agency promoting French higher ed. It's your go-to portal for verified info, program searches, often the first application step. Really important resource.
So, rule 1, no procrastination. Got it.
Yeah.
What's next?
Exactly. Step 2, prepare documents. Gather everything we just listed, transcripts, certificates, CV, SOP. Get them translated or notarized if needed. Don't leave this late. It takes time. Step 3, apply online. Most applications are digital now. Know the deadlines inside out and hit them. No exceptions. Being even a minute late can kill your chances.
Ouch. Okay.
And finally, step 4, ace the interview if there is one. Could be video, could be in person. Be ready to give clear, confident answers that match your application and show why you're a good fit. It's your chance to make that personal connection.
That sounds like a clear process, but also one with plenty of places to trip up.
Yeah.
What are the common mistakes people make? The things that sink an otherwise decent application?
Yeah. The sources highlight a few recurring pitfalls. Often they boil down to lack of tailored preparation. A huge one is sending generic statements of purpose. If you're applying to 3 different programs, you need 3 different SOPs, each tailored specifically.
Not just find and replace the university name.
Definitely not. Another is ignoring the eligibility rules. If you don't meet the criteria, applying is just a waste of time, yours and theirs. Missing deadlines, of course, is fatal. We mentioned that. And sometimes submitting transcripts with, say, unexplained low grades or gaps without addressing them in your application can raise questions. But the interesting thing is, most of these mistakes, they're about preparation and attention to detail, things you can actually control.
Okay, so let's flip that. Turn those potential mistakes into winning strategies. How can someone make their application really stand out from the pile?
Right. It's about being strategic and meticulous. First, tailor that application like crazy. Don't just list things you did. Explain why your experience, maybe community work, leadership roles, makes you a perfect fit for this program in France. Connect your story to their goals. Proofread everything obsessively. Make it specific. Second, get strong recommendations. Choose professors who really know you and can speak compellingly about your potential. Give them lots of time and info.
Good lawyers make a difference.
A huge difference. And third, critically. Apply broadly. Don't pin all your hopes on just one scholarship, even if it looks perfect. Apply for several. It just makes sense. Boosts your odds.
Sound advice. What about managing the whole process? Any organizational tips, especially thinking ahead to 2025 applications?
Yeah, the 2025 guide had some solid practical tips. Start that search 12, 18 months out, can't say it enough. Keep checking official sites like Campus France for the latest info, things change. Set up reminders for every single deadline. Use a calendar, a spreadsheet, whatever works for you. Tools like Excel or Notion are great for tracking applications, what you've sent, what's pending, interview dates. Stay organized.
Like a project manager for your future.
Kind of, yeah. And double check those translation or notarization requirements early on. They can take time and cost money. You also need to think about challenges. Language barriers, be really clear what level is needed, French or English, don't guess. Competition, know that top scholarships like Eiffel are super competitive. Your application needs to be exceptional, not just good.
Right. Set realistic expectations, but aim high.
Exactly. And practical stuff like funding delays or budgeting. Scholarship money might arrive later than you think, and living costs can be higher than expected. Having an emergency fund is smart.
Really practical points there. Are there other ways to boost your chances? Maybe networks or less obvious routes?
Definitely. Leverage networks. Find scholarship alumni on LinkedIn. They often share great advice. Ask them politely. If you get rejected, try asking for feedback. It might help next time. Doesn't always work, but worth a shot.
Good idea.
Consider talking to study abroad advisors. They might know about niche scholarships you wouldn't find easily.
Yeah?
And just stay informed. Policies change. Keep up to date. You know, like Dr. Jane Knight said, it's not just about the money. It's immersion, connections, academic growth, a whole package.
A transformative experience. So let's make this real. What about actual students who've done this? The source has had some success stories, right? What was their secret sauce?
Yeah, the case studies really bring it home. Take Aditi, an Eiffel Scholar. Engineering background, did her master's in renewable energy in Paris. Her secret. She meticulously linked her college eco-club leadership in her SOP directly to France's national goals for renewable energy. She showed them why her specific passion fit their specific priorities.
Ah, so it wasn't just, I'm interested in renewables. It was, here's how my passion aligns with your country's vision. Very smart.
Exactly. It shows strategic thinking. Then there was Priya, another Eiffel Scholar in engineering. Her success came from planning a year ahead, yes, but also actively seeking advice and networking with past scholars on LinkedIn. Smart use of resources. And she used a budget tracker showing that financial planning, even with a scholarship, is vital.
Okay, so planning, networking, financial sense.
Right. And Rahul Shetty, who wanted to study AI at Sorbonne, he got full funding partly because he got help with preparing documents and interview coaching. Shows that seeking expert help can pay off. We also heard about Ananya Gouda heading to Paris for fashion. She succeeded by deeply researching universities to find the perfect fit for her specific interests, landing a merit scholarship. And Suresh Kulkarni, aiming for engineering in Lyon with fewer resources, he found a partial scholarship by digging into niche areas where his skills were really needed.
So looking at all these stories, what's the common thread that stands out to you?
It really comes back to that meticulous preparation, but more than that, the strategic tailoring. Each successful student didn't just present their qualifications, they presented a vision. They showed initiative, resilience, and a clear idea of how studying in France would benefit everyone involved, themselves, the university, maybe even the field. It's not magic. It's a well-thought-out, personalized approach.
And it clearly works. The sources mention that figure over 20% of Indian students in France get some kind of scholarship. That's significant.
It really is. It shows these opportunities are real and achievable with the right strategy.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground today. A real deep dive into French scholarships. It feels like we've armed our listeners pretty well.
I think so. We looked at why France is such a strong choice academically, the sheer variety of scholarships out there, government, university, merit, need-based. We covered the must-knows for eligibility, the application steps, and crucially, how to prepare strategically and tailor your approach.
And not forgetting how to anticipate those challenges,
Yeah.
like competition and finances, and plan for them. Hopefully this gives you, our listener, real, actionable steps to make that dream of studying in France happen.
Absolutely. And as we've seen, getting a scholarship isn't just about ticking academic boxes. It's about telling your unique story, sharing your vision. Which brings up a final thought, maybe a question for you to ponder. What's the one unique contribution, the specific thing you are ready to bring to a French university? What makes you an asset they can't overlook, someone who will enrich their community?
Think about that. We've helped clear the path, but showcasing the distinct you, that's your most powerful tool.